I'm hearing about how you haven't been a father, Cloud Shadow said, stomping up to his son. Why haven't you spent time with your kids? Shrunettle was taken back in surprise by his father's anger towards him. What do you mean I haven't? Who told you that? The queens that have been having to feed your kits. It's time that you stepped up to hunt for them. They're old enough now to help out with hunting, Cloud Shadow yelled out in the corridor, his voice echoing throughout the caverns. What about you, huh? You're not much better off, spat Shrunettle. You made 2 other she-cats your mate. Why? Did they want that to happen? Did you prey on them? Secession is everything, yelled Cloud Shadow at his son. You left other kits from 2 different mates yourself. Other cats from the clan were listening and watching. The young kits would get ushered away to safety to not hear the argument between father and son. That's not answering my question, yelled Shrunettle. Stop avoiding the truth. Those she-cats need to hear it. They're fine, hissed Cloud Shadow. Both cats puffed up, going face to face, ready to fight. At least my she-cats were old enough. That pushed his father over the limit, and the 2 Toms went into a huge brawl. Brindlestar refused Driftheart from stopping the fight and just watched it go on. Cats scrambled out of the way, or went to protect the kids. Brindlestar, there has got to be something we can do. No. This is their fight. They must have it. As father and son, this is how it has to be. They could be seriously injured, though. And that is what happens. This is what always happens. Driftheart couldn't stand it. There's just had to be something they could do. Shrunettle would down his father, panting over him. Cloud Shadow tried his best to put his son off him, but there was something wrong. He couldn't breathe. He was choking on liquid. Cats of the clan watched in horror as Cloud Shadow drowned on his own blood with a ripped open throat. Brindlestar and Driftheart watched in shock as the white Tom passed away. There was only so much a messing cat could do, and that injury was not healable. While the cats inside were dealing with a sudden death, they didn't know that rogues had begun to move in on them and were rushing the territory. Not a battle cry nor sound to alert the clan cats of the danger that approached. A stream of cats entered and just started attacking any cat they saw. All-out battle was taking place. The kits and almost apprentices would run to safety in the upper floor and seek shelter when the medicine got den. Pain screeches and fighting cries could be heard as the clan cats fought the rogues below. The cats that had been outside would be caught by rogues and attacked. Panting could be heard as a cat would enter the medicine cat den. The cats that were almost apprentice would stand in front of the kids protectively, growling at their attackers. There's more of us than you, hissed Camellia Kit. The cats chuckled at her. So cute. We warned your clan to get out while they still could. Your clan isn't protected by a broken clan like we had originally thought. The cats drew closer with claws out. The young cats would go into battle with the rogues, trying to stop them from killing the kids. Unfortunately, there was little they could do to the rogues. Blood trailed around the medicine cat den as the rogues would be joined by other rogues who helped fight the would-be apprentices and to kill the kits. The she-cats and toms would nuzzle one another with congratulations. No more clan cats were to bother them. All except Broken Clan, but that would have to be whittled away quite slowly. Hi everyone, this is Yonalia, and yeah, that is the close of Drift Clan. Very unfortunate, but I rolled badly on the Tuesday and the Wednesday, and so I just combined them both on Tuesday. And the first one was an argument between, two cats, and it turned out to be father and son. And then the second one was the war. And so it just sort of lined up, honestly, that it was time to leave Drift Clan, honestly. There were a lot of cats that I really liked, and their backgrounds and their genetics and stuff. And then there were some cats that I did not like. But I am going to be reusing some of the rogues. Maybe not. Maybe I won't. But anyways, there will be another clan coming up after this one. This whole story is just the beginning of a whole different one, and we'll have to see about what it might possibly be. I really wanted like a huge backstory that filled in for another story, or that led up to another story, honestly. And I've never done it before. I've always done it in books and stories and stuff, but never in like this sort of thing. So I wanted to give it a try. And this entire thing sort of lays out a couple of possibilities to go down for the next story. This is going to be season 1 of the whole Sims 4 Warrior Cats thing. And then I'm going to be taking some time off from doing the whole Warriors Cat thing so I can focus on something else. And then, given some time, I'll come back with a whole storyline and what have you for the season 2. And it's also not going to be called Frostcrest. That was this. This is going to be something, the next was going to be something else entirely. So, I'm going to be putting them all in, like, a big playlist and whatnot. So, sorry, I have hiccups right now. In this whole story, I wanted to practice with survival in a winter ice setting, and I will tell you that there are things I'm going to be keeping doing this, and then there's some things that I'm going to be throwing away and not doing for the next episode. But then again, the next things are going to be completely different. It will not be only ice and snow based. It will not only be like winter all the time. It's going to be like full seasons. It'll be completely different. So this entire playstyle, it kind of is really interesting because it has its own pacing and it has its own survivability, and it's rough. It is so rough, honestly. I knew that if I did the survivability probability thing with herbs and stuff, that it would have to be hidden underground. There was no way to get herbs above ground growing, because sometimes they just would never grow. And I would have to, I did have to cheat some in. So I'm like, God, I gotta have something, Growing herbs in this type of biome and this area was very frustrating. And I got so tired. I got so frustrated, so tired of it. I got tired of like fighting, and I just moved everything underground. And I'm like, this is how we're gonna do this. This is the only way. So if you are doing some sort of clan cat type of thing, have them live underground or in like a mountain or something, because that is the only way that you would ever have any kind of herbs or what have you. There's also, like, certain storylines that I want to kind of... Like I was saying, there's certain things... Yay, Weasel Howl, woo, okay, great. There are certain things that I want certain, ideas, plots, and stuff that I really wanted to explore while doing Frostcrest, but I never could, because I never got the ability to. I never got the role for it to pop up. And, so that was kind of a bummer. I mainly just got really bad rolls, honestly. Yay, Frost Kid age job, woo. And Silver Kid age, yay. Okay. God dang it! Winter Kid age job. So then, like, there's several other things that I just kept getting, was like the war. I got that almost 3 times in a row, and I was like, man, I know I'm getting this, but I don't even know what to do. I didn't know what to do for the war thing, and I just struggled with it, and I finally just realized maybe it's not a war with Broken Clan right now, maybe it's with the rogues. So I had the rogues do the attacking, and I rolled horribly for all of them. And so then, like, some of them actually did survive, but then I was like, wait a minute, you know what? I need another generator for this sort of thing. And there was another generator that I used for the rogues attacking and stuff in this whole war. And then everything got really real. Like, really, really real. And I was like, holy god, this is great. And I also turned on the earthquake stuff, the shaking and stuff, just to get an earthquake, and I was gonna kill the cats all that way, have like a whole wipeout. But this was so much better. I love doing the cutscenes. I love doing the ending of this, even though it was like really, really bad. Like, no one survived. Everyone got wiped out or pushed away or barely escaped. But yeah, you'll see how that goes. I need to roll. I'm probably gonna go back through and see who is going to live and who isn't. Like, not live and who isn't. I already know who isn't living and stuff. By the way, if anyone wants to know, Brendelstar is alive. He lost 4 lives. He killed 3 cats. And, actually, he killed 4 cats. He killed 4 cats. He lost 4 lives. He died, he killed 4 cats. He injured 1. He died 4 times. And so he's escaped. He left. He couldn't get to the kittens upstairs, and he felt really bad, but that was it. He's gone. So Brindle Star is now going to be like, he's going to go back to being Brindle Whisker or whatever. And he might be having more kits on down the line. I don't know. I'll have to see. If that does happen, then I'm probably going to be using some of the new kittens that get born and have like a storyline progression and stuff like that, it'll be a couple of years or whatever.